Caleb then mentioned that hearing the noise from the Packers leading up to this weekend. Did you notice that? Was that something you took exception to or motivation from?
Yeah, they wanted us. That's what I heard. They uh, they wanted it, and they got it.
And if you're F the Packers comment that he had after the game, it's kind of gone viral since then. What do you make of that? And I guess how much has George McCaskey maybe given you feedback on that, maybe embraced those remarks?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, there's a rivalry that exists between these two teams, something that I fully recognize and I'm a part of, and yeah, I mean, I don't like that team.
There we go.
Oh, I like it.
Hey, as the clock went to zeros, I hugged my friend surrounded by his dog, his 7 cats, and his pregnant new wife, and I whispered into his ear the sweetest nothing you could imagine. I have no idea how we won that game. And then on the drive home, I had to call Lone Star Daddy because I just had to hear his voice in a moment of football bliss. If we sound a little different in this episode, it's because we're recording on location from Cloud9. What a freaking game. Bears pull out another thriller against the Packers, started grating cheese like they work at Olive Garden. Yes, I want more Parmesan, please. And in the pregame words of Jeff Joniak, this team went from hope to knowing. So, what did we learn about the Bears this week?
They I think there's some divine intervention going on. There has to be. There has to be, man. Like
God
The
exists.
Pope is doing something, man. This doesn't make any sense. This ah, the first half was awful, right?
Yeah.
I think the people I was watching it with, I was watching at Nicole's house. Shout out Nicole.
Shout out
And
Nicole.
it was yeah, it was depressing, man. I think people were asking my wife if I was going to be okay. Very
Okay.
sad.
Oh, rough.
Yeah. They're like, he's not doing well. Um, and then as the second half started, right? Slowly a field goal, a stop, another field goal. It was just the guys downstairs watching it first. And then all the kids came into the room. And then by the time it was the fourth quarter and Caleb pulled off his 4th and 8 jump pass, it was the dads, the kids, and the wives, everybody glued to the TV. And we had one of the dads, Ravi, say, tell the kids, right? Because they're all kind of running around. He's like, kids, do some push-ups. We got to give them some good energy. Kids started doing push-ups. Bears get a first down. Okay. Haha, whatever. Kids, do more push-ups. Another first down. Interesting. McManus about to kick an extra point. Do some jumping jacks. Let's mess it up. Everybody's doing jumping jacks. He misses the extra point. I'm like, all right, what's going on here? By the end of the game on that drive to DJ, the one that ended a touchdown to DJ Moore, everybody was doing push-ups between downs. The dads, the kids, and the wives. Everyone was doing push-ups.
That
Between
is
downs.
awesome.
It was one of the best collective viewing experiences I've ever had because we were all going nuts afterwards, high-fiving, hugging. The kids are going bananas. Except for Naya. She made a "Let's Go Packers" sign because I think she
I
wanted
told
right?
Nicole, I love the hater energy of that young woman, dude. She
Yeah,
doesn't
but she
care.
was still smiling and laughing and holding it up. I don't think she really knew that the Packers lost, so eat it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was so much fun to watch and like, oh my God, can you like? It was just the second time they played the Packers, but then on steroids for the third time. It's like, yeah, there's a handful of things that had to go right. There's a handful of things that had to go wrong for the Packers, right? Missed extra points, missed field goals. Even like on that one play where it was the snap that went over Caleb's head
Yeah.
that didn't count because of the false start. And
Yeah.
that's what made it the 4th and 8. And Caleb had that heroic throw to Rome. It
Yeah.
was supposed to be 4th and 3 with a snap going over here. Like it was just It was wild. It was crazy. It was one of the best things I've ever experienced. And I think Bears fans not only can let out that collective sigh of like, we won a playoff game, we beat Green Bay. I think we've slayed that Green Bay Dragon for this regime.
Yeah.
I think going into next year, I think the pressure's on Green Bay. I think they're the ones that no matter how the game's going, it's always going to be in the back of their head, especially if they keep Matt LaFleur as a coach, to be like, yeah, I know. Yeah, we're up. It's cool. I feel good, but I'm a little nervous. Should we change our play calling? I don't know. I don't want them to come back. Ooh, like it's going to be in their heads because we've just ripped their heart out the last two times we played them, and it's glorious.
Dude, I mean, this is kind of why I like kept feeling like this is the team that we should play. Like this had that weighing in the balance where it like
Yeah.
flips the power has shifted. I mean, Matt LaFleur at halftime is talking about, this team makes comebacks. We need to be careful. And then they're all fucking salty at the end of the game. One dude's like, they didn't do shit. We messed up. And it's like, okay, bro, Little Wayne's mad for
Yeah.
whatever reason Little Wayne's mad about. And it's like it really does feel like, yeah, it's kind of like you said, it's great. The dragon has the green
And
dragon
Ben
has
Johnson with his whatever handshake, screaming F the Packers in the locker room. Like, it's fantastic. Like, I love this. This is great.
dude, and like he kept that energy.
He did.
Dude, he doesn't give it's crazy because it's like, man, like yeah,
It's like,
like some
slow
people
down. But I guess don't. I don't know. Like,
I didn't catch that he said fuck the Packers the first time during the like post game thing. I just thought
oh,
he was
yeah.
screaming shit. And so then and after watching it for the like 50th time, I was like, okay, man,
That's what he's doing.
that's a coach screaming fuck the Packers and I hate that team, dude. That's like some gangster like old
It is.
school like Pat Riley telling his players don't talk to the other team type shit. Like fuck
Yeah.
them, all of them. I don't respect them. Like they can
I
kiss my
don't
ass.
like I mean, he does before the game. He did say he respects like their
Yeah.
coaching staff and right, like the players and all that. But he just doesn't like them, which is great. That's how it should be. He shouldn't like them. Remember, Eberflus is having like popcorn with LaFleur courtside at a Marquette basketball game. That was a infamous picture that went around when he got his new haircut. Like, just how far we've come, man.
I did actually. Caleb's first year when he went on the St. Brown podcast, the Brothers
Podcast, yeah.
podcast, I did kind of remember feeling like, dude, come on, like they're like our
Hmm.
adversaries. Don't go on their podcast. And so I like this energy that Ben is bringing in. Like, yeah, you can, they're a good team, but like, fuck them.
Yeah, I know they're a good team, but fuck them. Yeah, that's great.
There was so many little things like that. You're talking about like the ball getting thrown over Caleb's head. Uh, there was a like at the end of the first half, the Packers hit that field goal, but we had called the timeout, and then they hit it like they
Yes,
kicked it again and missed. And just like
yes,
subtle
yeah.
little,
Little
um,
things like that.
what it seems like the Packers kind of did everything wrong, and the Bears really sort of like righted the ship in the second half. But while I was watching that game, I was watching it with my buddy Alex, and I was telling him like it's weird to say that it feels like the Packers are playing scared, even though they were like leading the Bears a lot in the second half, but they played their way that they were playing seemed different at times from the first half, and obviously they were leading. Um, so it's weird. Yeah, it's weird to say that they were playing scared, but there just seemed to be that the energy or the tenacity or whatever they were playing with in the first just wasn't there. Like the ruthlessness, like going for it on fourth and shit. I don't know if you noticed sort of what you would attribute to kind of the big difference in the first half and the second half.
Yeah, so I think both offensive and defensive coaches for the Bears, the play calling and the scheming changed, which was great. They made adjustments. I don't know how Dennis Allen did it because I don't think he blitzed a ton,
Mm.
but they pressured Love, I think like 10 times in the second half. And when you pressure Jordan Love, he's way worse. In the first half, they only got like two pressures on him, and he was slicing and dicing, right? They scored touchdowns in their first three possessions. And then in the second half, they were able to get pressure. Booker was in his face, Sweat was in his face, and he dirted a lot of balls and he threw some out of bounds. And like he's not a great runner, right? Or quick necessarily. He's like this long, kind of lanky guy. He can run okay, but he's not Caleb, right? Where he's gonna spin out or you're gonna miss the contain, right? And he can get out. He's not that guy. So if you can kind of pressure him and get him kind of rattled around in the pocket, You'll fluster him, and the Bears did a great job of that. Also, Kyler Gordon didn't play at all in the first half for some reason. Nick McLeod was there, and you saw him chasing Christian Watson for a touchdown on one of the plays. Kyler Gordon played the whole second half. Did he get burned a couple times? Yes. But he's way better in the run. He's a smart player. He still made some breakups. Having him play the whole second half was huge. Tyreek Stevenson played more. And then the unsung hero, DeMarco Jackson. We heard his name a couple times early on, especially in that Steelers game, right? When all the linebackers were hurt. This
Mm.
dude is fast and he's athletic. Something that, TJ Edwards isn't. I don't want to knock a player when he's out, he's down. But as soon as Edwards left, he got hurt towards the end, like close to halftime. DeMarco Jackson came and played much faster and helped a lot with that disruption. So that was big. Stevenson, Gordon, Jackson, adding those guys on defense was huge. Huge.
Yeah. Yeah, on that Gordon tip, that's interesting that he, didn't play any of the first half. They were kind of near the end of the game. They did seem to be, I think Tom, was it, no, who was it? Was it Tom Brady that was announcing? How was announcing the game? I'm blanking on.
Oh, it was the Prime Crew. So it was Kirk
Yeah,
Herbstreit
Prime Crew.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Al
Sorry, sorry, sorry. I think I was, yeah, whatever. But they were talking about how like they did start to target Gordon kind of near the end of the game. But I mean, that's kind of he's kind of still getting back into sort of game
Yeah,
shape.
yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
interesting to see how he sort of recovers in the next
And
game or, with another sort of, yeah, couple quarters under his belt.
on offense, man, they were just I don't know. Caleb just puts the cape on and it's like, all right, it's time to go, man. And like Loveland, dude,
Yeah.
that guy, he's only 21 years old. Whew, he's a beast. They
Yeah.
can't cover him, right? They can't cover him. And so, yeah, it was good to see him like be like a primary option, right? Like
Yeah.
and Swift
Yeah.
was running a little bit better. I think everything was just they started to wear the Packers down, I think. Because because the Packers offense was getting three and out so quick, I think the defense was getting a little gassed and the Bears were able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, there was a point too where it just seemed like he was just gonna go to Loveland. Like that man was catching everything, that man was doing
Mhm.
everything. It's like when it's like give the dude the ball, he's gonna score. It just like
He's a
seems like just
beast.
feed him, feed him.
Yeah.
An interesting stat that, or an interesting time stat that was kind of crazy to me is that in these three games, the Bears have only led for 1 minute and 43 total seconds. They had 0 seconds of lead time in the first two games because they won on the last second score. So that just crazy that
And
they've led.
actually, there was another graphic that showed number of offensive plays run while leading. Packers was like 167 or something. Bears was zero.
Yeah,
They have never run an offensive play while leading in their three games against the Packers, and they're 2-1 against them.
that's crazy. There's the tone shift is so crazy. Like when you hear the opposing coach say that they come back, like that's you're fucking with their head, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's our team. Isn't that's really dude, there was just an NFL.com video on why Ben Johnson's offense is awesome. It's like, dude, they're talking about the team that we get to watch. That's like a we're in a
It's
we're in a
cool.
it
And I don't know if you saw this breakdown on that pump and go to DJ Moore. There's a bunch of internet, heroes and people that break this stuff down that like Ben set that up the whole game because he had like the three wide receivers and the tight end that formation and he ran wide receiver screens out of it a couple times. And so when they got that look, that pump fake, everybody came forward and then DJ just snuck out. He was wide open. And so they basically knew, right? Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a touchdown. Similar to the overtime throw where they said the same thing. They're like, oh yeah, we got this look, it's gonna be a touchdown. So like he's setting these plays up throughout the game, which is pretty cool.
that just gave me chills, dude. That's bad ass.
Yeah.
I feel good. Um, uh, okay. Um, I want to talk a little bit about kind of what we got going on next
Yeah.
week. But before we get to
Yeah.
that, any sort of how do you feel? You said this is like the highest of highs and the lowest of
Yes.
lows going in. What is
Yes.
your sort of mental state, emotional state, a couple
I
days
am
removed from?
so relaxed and jazzed and excited, man. Like yeah, they got the Rams coming up, and it's going to be a tall task, but I know that no matter how this game starts or looks, I'm going to watch all of it because you just don't know what's going to happen with
Yeah.
this team, you know? And if they lose, so be it. Like, but I think they can win. Why not? Why would you think otherwise at this point?
Yeah.
You know? Season's been a rousing success. It's continuing to be so much fun to watch. I can't wait for Sunday. We don't know what time yet. Depends on the outcome of the Steelers Texans game, which I
This
guess
is
by the
being
time you listen
recorded.
to this, you will know what time it is.
Yeah.
We don't right now, but I'm hoping it's the night game because it's going to be really, really cold, and Stafford's numbers in the really, really cold are not as good. So
I did feel like after this game, I was like, dude, I don't give a shit what happens anymore. This is just like it really I don't know if it could I mean obviously more wins will feel good, but just that I was dancing with a dog and shit. Like it's like I can't get much better than
yeah,
that, dude.
it
Uh
doesn't get better than that, man.
it
It
really
was great.
it doesn't. This is the literal opposite of last year where like how much worse can it get? And it just kept getting worse. And it's like, dude, it really can't get better. And it's like there's a potential for it to be more better.
Remember, we said that so many times on the show last year. It's like it can always get worse, right? We said that so many times. We're like, is this the worst? And I'm like, nah, man, it can always get worse.
We are
We're
we
not
are
even there, man. We're not even there. I wish we could have told last year's selves, like, hey guys, just hang in there. It's gonna be fun next year. Just hang in there.
it will get better, former us. Um,
Or
okay, tell us a little bit about the Rams, what's good about them, what are their weaknesses, and how we can defeat them.
yeah, so the Rams are a very good team, probably the best team in the NFC. Stafford is probably going to be the MVP, but you can score on them. The Panthers put up 30 points. That back end, the secondary is especially susceptible. So I think Caleb can have a good game. Stafford historically does not play well in cold weather. It's going to be like 16 degrees. It might be less than that, but if they play at night next Sunday, so that favors the Bears. A little bit of precipitation too, from what I understand. So that all favors the Bears. That's great. Now the Bears did lose Edwards for the rest of the postseason and Ozzie Trapillo, the left tackle, for the rest of the
Yeah,
season. That's a
yeah.
big injury. Not as much the Edwards one because DeMarco Jackson I think can do a good job, but who's going to play left tackle, right? Benedict, okay, not great. Braxton Jones was the starter coming into camp, right? And then the team decided, hey, he's not quite right from that ankle injury at the end of last season. They shelved him, put him on IR. He's back now, supposedly healthy. I asked our boy Q about this on X, and he said if Braxton knows the playbook, he thinks Braxton gives him a better shot than
Hmm.
Theo. But it's nice that they have a player that's played left tackle for them in games earlier this season in Theo, and Ben has been able to tailor an offense to help, minimize some of those weaknesses, right? I mean, Aiden Hutchinson ate against Theo when they played against the Lions, but he's seen action, right? And he's got Jared Verse, who's really good, coming up as well. So we'll see. We'll see what direction Ben goes, but those are things to watch out for. And then yeah, skill wise, I mean, Devontae Adams, old bear killer. When he was with the Packers, very good. Puka Nacua is probably the best wide receiver in the league right now, and Kyron Williams and Blake Corum are a great running back tandem, and they've got like three tight ends that can catch the ball, and the MVP. So it's a lot to handle on the offensive, for the defense. So it's going to be probably a high scoring game, I think. Because unlike Jordan Love, Stafford has the cannon. He can throw it into the wind. Like he doesn't really, he's not going to throw wobbly balls or anything.
Yeah. Quite the tall task. The thing Joniak said about it going from hope to knowing is chill worthy. This team
Yeah.
sits with a level of confidence. There's a element of the way Caleb, even in his post game speech with the team when he got the ball, excited but talking about the job not being done. That's a fucking badass mentality that this team sort of sits with. Like, yeah, they seem unafraid. They never seem like they are concerned that they're out of it. And an MVP and a good wide receivers and two good running backs and a bunch of good tight ends and all that shit maybe means nothing.
It's great though. It's been awesome. I can't wait for next game.
Dude, shout out to Iceman, baby.
Shout out
Um,
the Iceman.
um, uh, okay, where can people listen to you, read you, hear your voice, see your face, everything?
Yeah, yeah. Bears on tap. Find us post-game show and pre-game show on Sundays and Tuesdays. Um, and then all my articles at OnTap Sportsnet or like sorry, ontapsportsnet.com or
Yeah.
my at smpatel06.
Hell yeah. If you want to email us things, email us at bearsintheneighborhood@gmail.com.
Yep.
If you're listening to this Tuesday morning on January 13th, I'm doing a show Tuesday night, January 13th, 7:30 at the Bug House. Also, if you want a shirt, this shit is homegrown and made in-house and we can make you shirts. Just send me an email. You're probably just going to text me, but let me know if you want shirts. We can make you shirts. Some Bears in the Neighborhood exclusive merch. For Samir Patel, I am Chirag Rathod. We are the Bears in the Neighborhood, your weekly insight into the Chicago Bears, the playoff Chicago Bears, and we will catch you all next week.
Do I have to email you for the shirt too?